Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's stick mobility class. It is Tuesday, June 2nd. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am Coach Ray. So for today's workout, we are going to be using two 6-footers and a 5-footer. Also, we'll need a pad to kneel on later, okay, for some of the drills. We are going to go through some kayaking, a little bit of shoulder dislocates. We're also going to get into some rotations and some single leg drill warm-ups. We are going to do some form of a single leg RDL, and we're going to generate some tension there and add in some other drills today. So, as usual, make sure that you don't move into ranges of motion that cause pain. If it's too painful or if it's too much, just remember to reduce the range of motion, change the angle, or just reduce the amount of irradiation that you're creating here. Okay. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my 5-foot stick. Okay, and so what we're going to do, we're going to do kayaking, but we're going to be stepping back and forth here. So this is just to kind of get a little bit of coordination. And so I'm going to take the stick, I'm going to grip or have my fingertips at the ends of the stick here. Okay, I'm actually going to start with my left foot forward. Okay, right hand is going to come up. And so what I'm going to do from here is as I go push through with my right hand, my left shoulder is going to come up and over. Okay, then I'm going to step back with my left as my left hand comes through. Okay, so we're going to start slow. Good. Make sure you breathe. The steps that you're taking back and forth are not really big steps, right? They're small and controlled, but we're getting different lines of fascia to warm up here as the shoulder blades are gliding along the rib cage. Okay, and the back foot, when you plant it, it's on the ball and toes. Okay, remember, match my pace, don't go any faster. Make sure you breathe, stand up tall. Good. Now we're going to add in a little bit of rotation. So as I push my right arm through, I'm going to rotate a little bit, come back, push my left arm through, I'm going to rotate a little bit. So we're getting a little bit of thoracic spine rotation here. Breathe. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to get into some dislocates. So for this, typically grip wherever's most comfortable for you. So if you typically have shoulder impingement or some kind of a shoulder injury, always reduce the range of motion, or you can always grip a little bit wider. That might be a little more comfortable for you here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a horse stance. Toes are pointed forward, hips are stacked under the spine. Okay, for me, I grab right where the grips are. So arms straight. What I want to do first, I want to pull the stick apart. About 30% tension, get that upper back activation here. Okay, we're going to bring the stick up overhead. Keep going. Pull, 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 pull. Try to keep those arms straight as possible. Now I'm going to pull more with my right hand here. Good. Hold. Now I'm going to pull more with my left. My right arm or right bicep is going to come closer to my head and ear. Breathe. Back to center. Good. Come down. As soon as the stick gets in eye level, push in on that stick. Try to shorten that stick here. Okay? You want to try to match that tension, so 30%. So now we're going to start over. Okay? Going to pull the stick apart, 30%, bring the stick up. Good. Pull the stick to the right. I'm still reflexively pulling with this left hand here. I don't want to completely get rid of tension, and this left arm, the left elbow should be locked out. Now I'm going to come over to the left, pull with my left hand, You should feel the muscles in the shoulder blades working a bit here. Work quite a bit. We're gonna come back to center, back down, and shorten that stick, push it in. Good. Let's go 2 more here. Pull stick apart. Make sure you breathe. Now pull to the right. Now as you do this, you do want to try to keep your shoulder blade down, right? Don't let it come up. Now we're going to pull to the left. Back to center. Down. And shorten that stick. Good. All the way down. One last time, okay? Pull the stick apart. Let's go to 50% this time. Bring the stick up. Pull to the right. Good. Pull to the left. Pull to the right. Pull to the left. Back to center. Down and shorten the stick. And relax. Good. Okay. And so now we're going to do here, we're going to work on some rotation. So I'm going to use a cage here as a wall, right? And so what I want to do here is I'm going to have one stick angled in at the bottom of the corner here, okay? And so I'm going to be relatively close. I would say about 2 feet from the wall or whatever you're using. So my right hand, or the stick that's on the inside, I'm going to grip that one at about chin height. The outside stick, I'm going to grip above my head or at the top of the stick, whatever's most comfortable for you. The sticks are roughly about a foot in front of the line of my toes here. What I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to start to hinge back, and then I'm going to bring the stick close to the wall across my body, while at the same time pulling the stick on the outside back towards me. Now I'm going to get some thoracic rotation here. I'm generating tension into the sticks, about 20%. And now I'm going to come up and out. And good. We're going to do that again, okay? So same thing. I want to drive this inside stick towards the corner of the wall. I'm going to pull the outside stick towards my body, okay, towards my chest, if you will. That's the area we're going for. Get that rotation. They're going to come back up. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Okay. Drive the stick into the wall. Move the stick across the body. Really try to reach out with that right hand. Pull that left hand back. Try to keep the hips facing the floor. Back up. Excellent. We're going to go one more time here. Okay. So drop the hips back. Bring that right stick across the body. Good. Really try to reach out with that right hand here. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Excellent. So now we're going to switch sides. Okay. And so if you're having any back pain here, just reduce the range of motion, right? You can always come up at a higher angle to take off some of that pressure if need be. So positioning is still going to be the same, okay? Hand is at, inside hand is at chin height. Opposite hand is at head level, okay? We're going to do from here, going to hinge back. I'm going to rotate, drive across with that left hand, pulling the right stick towards me. And back up. Make sure you're breathing as you do this here. So drive that left stick towards the wall. Rotate across. Pull that outside stick in towards me. Back up. Good. Let's go 2 more here. Okay? So hinge back, drive that left hand across the body, or inside hand across the body. Really trying to work on opening up the T-spine here. Back up. Let's go 1 more, okay? So drive the sticks down. Reach across with that left hand. Really try to reach as much as you can. Try to drive that left shoulder through. 3, 2, 1, back up. Excellent. Okay. And so now we're going to do here, we're going to get into a single leg RDL hip airplane. So this is going to kind of start to open up and move those hips here. We're going to use 2 sticks as a way to kind of keep that balance going here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start with my feet about, well, let's put the feet together. And then with the bottoms of the sticks, I'm going to have them about 6 inches away from the line of my toes here, okay? Now, what we're going to do is our grip is going to be at about elbow height, so about roughly 90-degree bend in the elbows. And what I'm going to do first is we're going to drive the sticks down, okay, about 30% tension. I want to bring my right leg up, and then I'm going to hinge back, and I'm going to drive that right heel back behind me. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to open my hips up to my right, so I want to keep my left knee in line with my toes as I open up my right hip here, okay? And then I'm going to drop my right hip down and in towards my left hip, so I'm getting some internal rotation. Now I'm going to bring it back to neutral. Good. Now I'm going to come up and relax, okay? Let's do 2 more here. So, same thing. Drive the sticks into the ground, about 30% tension. Bring that right leg up. Drive that right heel back. Okay. Now I'm going to open up my hips to my right. Okay. Feel the glute working. Right. Now I'm going to drop my hips, my right hip towards my left side. Try to internally rotate. Back to center, and up. Good, we're gonna go 1 more time, okay? So warming up the feet, the hips, drive the sticks down, right knee up, drive that right heel back, open up the hips to the right, keep that left knee in line with the toes, okay? You should feel like your right glute's working here. Now I'm going to drop the hip in, internally rotate, and oh, lost balance there. Come back to center, and up. Good. So now we're going to switch sides. So a way to kind of regress this is on your back hip, on your back leg, you can have your toes down on the floor if the balance is a little bit too challenging, right? So we're going to first drive the sticks down, 30%, lift that left leg up, drive that left heel back, open up the hip to the left, now drop that left hip in. You're going to feel a stretch on the outer part of the hip here as you do this. Back to center, and up. Good. Let's get 2 more here. Drive the sticks down, 30%. Left leg up. Drive that left heel back. Open up the hip to the left. Now drop the left hip in. Get Get that internal rotation. Back to center. And then up. Good. Let's go one more time here. Okay? Drop both sticks down. Left knee up. Drive that left heel back. Open up the hips to the left. And drop that left hip in. Back to center. And come up. And relax. All right. That concludes the warm-up. Okay. So we are going to get into some single leg strength training drills. But first, we are going to do a core drill to warm up. So we are going to need a pad or pillow or something that's good for you to kneel on for an extended period of time, or at least for longer than a couple minutes. And so what I'm going to do here, in terms of distance, it's going to vary. So I'm going to use my 5-foot stick, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the pad back far enough to where when I'm upright, the stick basically lays on my chest, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I want to actually have both feet flat to the floor like so. We are going to do something that's kind of similar to a plank or ab roll. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to take the stick, grip one hand over the other, and I'm going to have my arm straight here, okay? The stick is directly in front of my body, okay? So my hands are at about eye level. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to start to shift all my weight forward, driving the upper part of the stick towards the wall. Hold. Back up. And as I'm coming up, I'm pushing that stick into the corner of the wall here. Back to this position. Now what we're going to do, move the hands a little bit lower. Okay, so it's going to get a little more of a challenge. So if you need more of a challenge, you can always move your hands down further. So, arms straight, drive the stick into the wall, about 60 to 70% tension. I'm going to push the upper part of the stick towards the wall, shift my weight forward, hold. 3, 2, 1, back up, drive that stick into the wall, and relax. Let's get 3 more here, okay? Arms straight, drive the stick down to the wall. Get to that in range, hold. 3, 2, 1, back up. Good. Let's get 2 more. So if you're getting a ton of back pain here, just try tucking your pelvis in a little bit more, glutes tight, right? And just reduce your range of motion, okay? Arms straight. Drive that stick forward towards the wall. Hold. 3, 2, 1, back up. Excellent. Let's go one more time, okay? Last one. You want to try to move your hands down a little bit more to get a bit more of a challenge here, okay? So arms straight. Drive that stick into the wall. Drive that body weight forward. Pull. 3, 2, 1, back up. Knees off. So for that one, my hands were slipping, so I had to adjust my hands a bit. And so now, I'm going to move this to the side. And I'm going to take one 6-foot stick, okay? And I'm going to use corner of this wall again, okay? And so what we're going to do here, we're going to get to a single leg RDL, but we're going to add in some pull along with it. So we're going to get that posterior sling active here as we do this. And so for the setup, I want my left hand to be right in line with the outside of my hip, almost like I'm setting up for a deadlift, right? And my right hand is going to be in that same position here. So we're going to have the left outside leg down, right? The inside leg is the one that's actually driving back. And so what we're going to do from here is I'm first going to drive the stick into the wall, okay? Now I'm going to bring my right knee up, and I want to drive that knee into the stick, 70%. Now I'm going to start to hinge, driving that right heel back, driving the stick into the wall still. Now I'm going to pull with that right hand. I'm not bending the elbow here, but I'm pulling with my shoulders. Pull. 3, 2, 1, back up. Drive that right knee into the stick. So we're working on active hip flexion here as well. Hold and ease off. Good. Okay. So we're going to do 2 more here, okay? We'll drive stick into the wall first. Bring that right knee up. Try to keep the left leg straight if possible. Okay. Regular foot ugly working. Now we're going to start to hinge. Get down as low as you comfortably can. Pull the inside hand. Pull. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Drive that right hip up. Hold. Ease off. Good. We're going to go 1 more here, okay? So, drive stick into the wall first. Bring that right knee up. Drive. Drive that knee up. Left leg straight. Now we're going to drive that right heel back. Pull with that right hand, or inside hand. 3, 2, 1, back up. Drive that knee up. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Good. We're going to switch sides, okay? So remember, if the range of motion is too great, just reduce your range of motion. If your back is starting to round over, right, then bring your torso up a little bit higher. Okay. Positioning is still the same. Okay. First thing, drive the stick into the wall. Bring the left or inside hip up. Now we're going to hinge. Pull with the inside arm. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Drive that left knee up. Keep the right leg straight. Three, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Let's get 2 more here. Drive stick into the wall. Bring inside knee up. Should be at 80% tension. You're going to hinge. Drive stick into the wall. Drive that left heel back. Pull with that inside hand. For those lats engage. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Drive that left knee up. Drive it into the stick. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. We got one more time here. Okay. Drive stick into the wall. Left knee up. Drive that knee into the stick. Now we're going to hinge. Pull with that inside hand, drive that left heel back. 3, 2, 1, back up. Drive that left knee up. Keep the right leg straight. 3, 2, 1, down. Excellent. Good. Okay, and so now we're going to do here, we're going to get into a push-pull, so we're going to get the lats and chest activated. We're going to go in and out of that drill here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my left leg forward here. Okay, right foot is back. I'm going to create a relatively big split here because we are going to be dropping that back knee down. So with the stick, I want the stick in line with my right hip here. Okay, I want to keep it in line with my right hip. My left hand is going to grip at about eye level, roughly, okay? And then what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to place my right hand, right where the sticker is, okay? Then what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drop my back knee down, okay? So I'm going to get into an active split squat. Then if you can handle being in this position, this is an ideal position I want you to be in for this. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drive this left hand into the floor, okay, first. So I'm going to get some of that core tension here, a little bit of this lat engage. And then what I'm going to do with this right hand, I'm going to drive it into the floor, and then I'm going to pull my elbow back towards my rib cage, 60% tension. And I want to kind of squeeze my right glute a little. Now I'm going to do, still driving the stick down with my left hand, I'm going to extend my right hand out, and then I'm going to move it towards my left leg, or my front leg. So I'm coming across the body, you should feel like your chest is engaging here. Hold, 3, 2, 1, back to center, ease off, and now we're going to switch sides, okay? Good, so positioning is going to be the same, okay? Right hand is about where eye level is. Drop that back knee down. Drive the stick into this floor, 60% with this right hand. Now I'm going to drive the stick down with my left hand. Pull the elbow in towards the rib cage. You should feel like your lat is engaging significantly here. Hold. Now you're going to extend that left hand out. Left hand goes across the body towards the right leg. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Ease off. We're going to switch. We're going to do one more per side. Okay? This time here, we're going to be at 80% tension. So we're going to be pretty submaximal. So, same position. Drop this back knee down. Left leg forward. I want to drive this left hand down into the floor. Drive my right hand into the floor, 80%. Pull. I'm trying to get that elbow back behind your body here, okay? Hold. Now extend your right hand out, across the body, towards that left leg. Hold. 3, 2, 1, back to center, ease off. Good. We're going to switch sides here. Okay, last one. Okay. Take the right hand, All right, place it up. Gonna drop back knee down a bit. Okay, we're going at 80%. So drive the stick into the ground with both hands. Pull back with that left hand. Hold. Make sure you breathe. Now extend that left hand out and across the body. Trying to create a bow on a stick as best you can. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good, and relax. Awesome. Okay. And so now I'm going to move my 5-footer over here. Okay. I'm going to grab my pad again, and we can use a chair or a couch, okay, whatever you have available to you, or some kind of a bench. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to stretch out the front of the hips, okay? So I'm going to place my right foot in front of the pad here. I'm going to place the top of my foot on the bench, and then I'm going to drop this left knee down, okay? So if getting to this position is a little bit too challenging, what you can do is you can always kind of move your hips forward a little bit more, because the further your hips are back, the greater the stretch is, okay? And so what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to have the bottoms of the sticks in line with my toes of my right foot. Then I'm going to reach up, okay? Full extended position. I'm going to drive the sticks into the ground, drive my foot into the bench, and tuck my pelvis in. I'm going to get a significantly big, you're going for a stretch in a quad and a hip flexor. 3, 2, 1. You're going to ease off all that tension. Okay, we're going to do that again. You're only pushing the sticks down about roughly 20% tension here. Okay, so drive the sticks down, drive the foot into the bench, tuck the pelvis in, like you're trying to roll your pelvis forward. Hold. Make sure you breathe, okay? Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's go one more time, okay? Drive the sticks down. Drive the foot into the bench, tuck the pelvis. Try to squeeze that left glute. Hold. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Okay. Use the sticks to help assist you up. Good. Take your foot off the bench. Now we're going to switch sides. Okay. So as you do this, right, if you need to come out of stretch because you're cramping, because that can sometimes happen, make sure to do so. Always remember to come out of the stretch slowly. So I'm going to place my left foot in front of the pad, the top of my right foot's on the bench. I'm going to drop that right knee down, okay? Positioning is still going to be the same for this side, okay? And one side is going to be tighter than the other, so that's normal. And so what we're going to do, reach up top, drive the sticks into the floor, drive my foot into the bench, tuck my pelvis. Good, try to hold this position. Hold, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Ease off all the tension. Good. Okay. Let's get 2 more here. So reach up, drive the sticks into the floor, drive the foot into the bench, and tuck the pelvis. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. We're going to go one more time here. Okay. Arms up. Drive the sticks into the floor. Drive the foot into the bench. Tuck the pelvis. Hold that position. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Move forward. Use the sticks to come up out of position. Take your foot off the bench. Okay? And so now we're going to get into some slap shot. Okay? So we're going to take the stick. So I have a 6-foot stick and I'm placing it behind my back. Okay? And what I want to do is I'm going to wiggle my feet out as wide as I comfortably can go. So again, depending on your flexibility and mobility, it's going to vary. And so what I want to do, I actually want to have my feet angled out just a slight bit, not too much, but just a little bit here, okay? Sticks behind and mid back, okay? What I'm going to do first, I'm going to hinge my hips back, all right? You're going to get a nice good stretch in the hamstrings and the adductors here. Breathe. I'm going to start to rotate the left end of the stick towards the floor in front of me. If you can, get it to your midline. If you can't, that's fine too, right? Have more towards your left foot. Pull the stick apart here. Get that upper back activation. Ease off that tension of pulling apart. And now I'm going to bring the right end of the stick towards the floor in front of me here. Place the right end of the stick into the ground. Pull apart. Again, going for the upper back activation, that T-spine rotation here. Ease off that tension. Now I'm going to come back to neutral. I'm going to rotate the left end of the stick further across my body if possible. Pull the stick apart. And then I'm going to lunge to my left, opening up the chest and the rib cage here. I want to keep my right leg straight as I'm lunging to my left here. Still pulling apart. Come back to center. Ease off tension. Good. Rotate the right end of the stick toward the floor. Pull apart. Lunge to your right. Drive those hips back. Okay, as we're doing this, you want to make sure you're driving those hips back here, okay? Still pulling the stick apart. Back to center. Out. We're going to do it one more time. Try to get further as far as you can across the body if possible. Of course, without any pain. Pull the stick apart. Drive your hips back into the left. Hold. Back up to center. Ease off that tension. Good. Now I'm going to rotate the right end of the stick as far as I can. Pull the stick apart, lunge to the right, drive those hips back. Pulling the stick apart still. Come back to center. Ease off tension. Good, and come up. Gonna wiggle the feet in. Okay, good. And so I'm going to grab my other 6-foot stick here, okay? We're going to get into some hamstring stretching and flossing. So since we did do some RDLs, it's good to kind of loosen up that posterior chain. So what we're going to do here is I want to have my feet together, okay? I'm going to have the bottoms of the sticks angled out a couple feet from me, okay? So about yay far, all right? And so what I'm going to do here, feet together, I'm going to take my left heel, place it a couple inches in front of the line of my right toes here, okay? And I want to keep my ankle dorsiflexed, right? So what I'm first going to do from here, I'm going to keep my hands on the sticks the entire time. I'm going to drive my hips back and hinge down. I want to try to get my hands as close to the bottom of the sticks as possible without my back rounding, okay? And so what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drive that heel into the floor lightly, about 20%. Also, if you're starting to get, if you're getting a lot of tension in the back of the knee, try bending your knee a little bit, okay? Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to start to externally rotate my left foot outwards, okay, away from my midline. And then I'm going to rotate internally, rotate my foot, or my hip in particular, towards my midline. Then I'm going to rotate out again. starting to change what part of the hamstring we're stretching here, right? I'm gonna rotate internally towards my midline. Rotate out one more time. Still driving that heel to the ground lightly. Rotate in. Hold back to center. And we're gonna come up slowly. Ease off that tension. Bring the left foot back. Now we're gonna switch to the right foot here, okay? Right foot, right heel comes up, a couple inches in front of the line of the toes of the left foot, okay? Toes are up, ankle dorsiflex. Drive those hips back, hinge. Good, should be getting a bit of a stretch in the hamstrings here. Drive that left heel into the floor about 15 to 20%, okay? Hold. Now we're gonna start to rotate outwards. Good. Rotate in. And remember that rotation is coming from the hip here. You don't want to rotate the ankle. You just want to rotate from the hip. Rotate out. You want to think about the knee being the main driver, right? We're trying to rotate that knee outwards. Now we're going to rotate inwards. Try to rotate the knee in as much as possible. The foot just follows. One last time, we're going to rotate out. Good, rotate in. Come back to neutral. Come up and out of it. Ease off tension. And good. Okay. And so now we're going to finish with a little bit of bow and arrow here. Okay. I tend to like to finish off with that. And so what we're going to do, feet are going to be pointed forward. Okay. I'm going to have the stick on the outside of my left side. Okay, we're going to start on the left. And I want to have the stick about roughly, it can vary, 6 to 12 inches away from the outside of your midfoot here. My hand's on the sticker. Okay, go ahead on the sticker, take my right hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. Okay, I'm going to drive my hips away and extend my hands out. Then I'm going to pull back in up to neutral. I'm actually going to start to slowly bring the bottom of the stick in just a little bit more to increase that tension and increase that stretch here. Rotate the stick a little, drive hips away from the stick, extend those hands out. Make sure you breathe. Back in slowly. Move the bottom of the stick in one last time. Okay. Drive hips away and extend those hands out. Come back in slowly. Ease off. Now we're going to switch sides. Okay. Right hand's on the sticker. Take my left hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down. Drive my hips away from the stick and extend my hands out. Back in slowly. Good. Move the bottom of the stick in a couple inches. Rotate the stick. Drive the hips away. Extend those hands out. Ease off. Good. If you can, try to bring the stick in a couple more inches. Okay. Drive the hips away from the stick. Extend those hands out. Try to keep those hips facing forward. In 3, 2, 1. Ease off. And excellent. And that concludes today's stick mobility class. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us. Make sure you check out our YouTube where we have all our classes uploaded and more content. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.